Hey there, I'm so excited to introduce our sculpting stick, which is brand new to Younique. It is a two-part product that has a highlight and contour on it. And I'm going to show you some of the best ways to apply. I've been using it for a little while and I found some really good tips and tricks that just give really good blendability and application and give the best overall sculpted look with this product. So if you guys know me and you follow me already, you know that there's certain products that I like to warm up before I get started, and one of those is our mascara. But I found that if I warm up our sculpting stick, oh, that's my mascara. If I warm up our sculpting stick, this is it right here, I find that I get an even smoother application. The stick is very creamy and it's got a highlight and contour side to it. And when it's warmed up, it just applies a little bit more, it's got just a more smooth application. Another tip I like to do is let it sit on my face after I apply it. So I'm going to show you how I apply the highlighted part in key areas of my face. So like if I start with under my eye, I was doing a triangle form, but I found that sometimes less is more. So I'm just going to do just a little bit here, and it doesn't have to be like perfect. So I like to highlight over above the on the cheekbone there. And I'm going to do, let's see, a little bit above each brow here. And then come in. I found like less is more. You don't have to do that much product. And down the bridge of the nose and right on the tip. It's also nice to do a little bit of highlight right in here. So you can use foundation underneath if you like, but I found that I don't necessarily have to. I found like I get a good application just using this as my all-in-one, my concealer, my foundation, and it's my highlight and my contour all in one. I'm going to do a little bit under my brow here. I'm going to do a little bit right in the inner tear duct. Okay. So that is my highlighting section. So let's come in and do the contour, okay? So in the contour, I like to contour up into my forehead, up in there. I also like to come down the side of the nose here, right along the inside. That's just going to give a little bit more narrowing to the nose. And if you like, you can actually take it, kind of forms into a little point here. I'm just going to look in my mirror here. And you can actually gently line right in there. So you may not go to this degree with your highlighting and contour, but I'm doing everything just so you can see how much you can do with this stick. And then I'm going to do a little bit right underneath the nose there. That kind of shortens it a little bit. And I like to do underneath the lip there. That's going to give a little bit more pout to the lip. It's also nice to do along the jawline here. It's a little more sculpting. And then right, if you can see like you have a natural where your jaw kind of cuts in, you can do a little bit more there. So I'm going to follow pretty much from my ear line, do a line down. I personally don't come much further than right here. You can come all the way to your eye if you choose to. So I'll go about right there. You can make this line a little bit thicker. So this is going to basically cover all, I'm going to do a little more on my nose here. So this is going to be my all-in-one. I'm going to give this a second to warm up onto my face. Oh, actually, I like to do too. I like to sculpt around right in here. That gives a little bit more like of that curve to the chin. So that's about what I highlight and contour. So if you get a good idea there. And I'm just going to let this warm up, and while I do that, I'm going to just put on some mascara. So I've done my eyeshadow and everything like that. So I'm going to come in and do my mascara just to give it a few more minutes to warm up, okay? Okay, so between letting my contour stick, my sculpting stick warm up in my bra and applying my, see my lashes? My beautiful mascara, I've given time for this to warm up. And I did realize I forgot to put my chin, like I do a little light spot on my chin. So I did that, and now I'm back. So it's been just a couple of minutes. I didn't want to have you guys have to sit through all that. So now it's warmed up. Now I'm going to take my brush to blend out. Now there's a couple of ways that you can blend out. You can use your fingers. It does make it a little bit more difficult if you're doing this much to be able to blend it in, because ideally you want to start with one area at a time. Like I start doing the light side first and then do the dark. You can use a sponge, something like this. I did not like how well it blended with a blending bud. So I say try different options and see what works for you. Because one thing that may work for one person works differently for another. But what I found works the best is either our concealer powder brush. This is an amazing brush. Or our liquid foundation brush. The bristles on both of these are dense but soft, so they blend well without making it look streaky. So I'm going to start with my highlight section, and I'm just going to use a smaller part of here. And kind of my first pass around, I'll do like a little stippling motion just to kind of get it a little more blended. So this is kind of the first part of the blend. And as you do this more, you'll get a little faster with it. But I'm just kind of showing you in detail. I'm actually going to skip my chin since I did that last. That hasn't had as much time to warm up. So right now I'm just kind of stippling to get that product a little bit more around my face. And now I'm going to come in, just going to look in my mirror here, and I'm stippling underneath my eye so that I can start to get that product moved around my face. And that's why this little tiny section works so well, working in smaller areas, especially around the eyes, and because I want to work with just the highlight. And then I'll get a little bit there, and even in here I might even just use my finger. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to come in. I just kind of, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the contour side. So I'm just kind of buffing that. So I may go between like buffing and stippling. Go under the lip area there. Now right now you can tell that there's like two separate sections, but that's okay. This is all going to blend out. So I'm just looking at my mirror. And if I feel like I get too much on my brush, I will clean it off and then come back in. And honestly, I probably did a little too much of the contouring around my nose. I feel like it's a little bit darker than I want, but that's okay because I can blend that out. This product blends really easily. Good up in here. All right, so I'm going to come into the top part of my head. Now this is where I'm using the fatter side, and I'm going to stipple, and I'm going to kind of bring up into my hairline. So it looks like I've been out in the sun, and you get that kind of hairline, sun-kissed look. That's what we're going for here. So you get some color. And you can actually bring that on down here. And you can even do your contour. You can bring the stick down and over here. But a lot of times what I do is I just take some of the product, the excess of the product, and bring it around. So when it comes to the jaw, or the cheekbone area, I'm stippling, and then I'm going to start to bring that up. And I feel like I need to clean, might have been a little bit heavier there than I like. But that's okay, you know, at least this is kind of trial and error. You kind of see what you want, you can blend out. So I'm kind of stippling and pulling upward into the hairline, and I'm going to go upward in the cheek. When it comes to this section here, don't go downward, because that's going to make your face have a weird concave look, and you don't want it there. You want to bring that, that chiseled look to it, where it looks like you just have a little bit more sculpting of your features. Okay, now this is where you can go really fast with your buffing. So you just blend in that contour and go as fast as you possibly can. Don't forget to clean off any excess and keep blending and buffing. So now we're kind of at the point where I've got most of my product where I want to be and blended. So now this is kind of just, I'm almost feather dusting and just lightly making sure my edges are nice and clean. I don't have lines. Gotta make sure we don't forget the jawline here. So now this is just where all that extra blending comes in. And the more you use, the more you have to blend. And I used to do like really big triangles here. I used to do it kind of thick, and it was almost too much to work with. So sometimes I find less is more with it, and you can always add as you go along. So this is kind of the final and buffering that I'm doing. Just making sure that I've got a nice shape to my face. I've got the contour and the highlight where I want it to be. And we don't have any strong lines. It's all kind of blending into each other. So it looks like this is just the natural shape of my face. And that's basically it. There you go, voila. Got nice coverage, sculpture to the face, highlighted in areas, makes you look awake. It's an amazing product. I absolutely love it. And if you have any questions at all on how to use it, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.